Hello and good evening on this beautiful Sunday night. Hi Fluff, hi Dave and Marion. Good evening Anne-Marie and Daz. Hi Georgie. Hello and good evening on this There's my wee parrot. Everything's working. Hi Fluff, hi Dave and Marion. So, we have a Sunday show at 5 o'clock. Let me just get this chair settled in here. It's just not playing ball. Good evening Mrs. O and Sean. I've been there, it's a shadow. Right. I think I've said hi to everybody. Dave Rimmer and Ruth Clare were also there. We're in very early tonight. So, as you all know, the reason that I'm doing this at 5 o'clock is because the Scotland are playing at 8 o'clock tonight in the Euros, and it's a big game for Scotland. And I would, as a football fanatic, I would like to watch it. So I knew you would all confide in me getting the show starting at 5 o'clock so that you can all watch Scotland winning tonight as well. Good evening, Rochelle. And she's loving the cave, is Mrs. O. She's loving the cave, Jojo.
Oh, come on, Miss Scotland!
Aye, George is gassed already. But, and Fluff, hi Fluff and Matt. So, let's get on with the show. And first up tonight, we have one from the lovely Jane Lundy Thompson, down there in Nuneaton. She has sent in the Delphonics, and it's called Break Your Promise. It's out of the box.
If I had a dime for every time I dreamed about you, dreamed about you, I'll tell you no joke. Yes, I'm really broke, baby, without you, girl, without you. And I'll tell you what should I do when you told me that you love me, darling. Are you gonna break your promise, baby? You said that you love me, and now you're acting so strange, baby. You said that you need me. I saw you with somebody new. I'd be so helpless. Be so helpless.
Thank you, Mick Rainey. How you doing, mate?
What are you gonna
Mike Rainey.
do?
How you doing, Mike?
Don't leave me breathless. Leave me breathless.
And Tuesday, Giddy and Maisie Moon. Hi Jane, how you doing? I'm Tom, if you're here. Good evening, Mr. Philip Kerr. Yeah, the sound of the Delphonics, sent in by the lovely Jane Lundy Thompson down there in Nuneaton, and it was called Break Your Promise, and it was out of the box. Now, as you've probably seen, putting all your requests up, a lot of people put the requests in yesterday. And what, good evening Colin Wignall. And what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to tell them that they had bobs. Good evening Phil Story. And Donna. And so what I've done is, if you picked a bob this week, It just goes in the show. The good thing is, or the bad thing is, that there's no tune of the show tonight. Due to my good friend Stevie Perusa taking some of the school kids back and forward to the airport, he won't be able to make it. So I've just decided, because it's tonight, because the show's early, because I asked you for requests early, and I didn't tell you they were Bob's, then I don't want to put anybody out or anybody in by choosing a tune of the show. So all of tonight, there's 10 Bobs in the show. I've got 40 requests and there's 10 Bobs. And it's a can't be arsed show. Thank you very much, Mrs. O. It is, I mean, I put the same work in, Mrs. O. It's just that I didn't want to. In fact, somebody put a request in yesterday and then I didn't see it until today. I didn't want to have to tell them that it was a Bob in case, you know, they may be doing something today. So I thought it's a bit awkward. So, as Mrs. O says, it's a can't be asked show. So let's just keep it going. We can't be asked. This is the Spinners, sent in by the lovely Roberta Shilton, down there in Colville. This is the Spinners. And how could I let you get away? Shout at the box. Good afternoon, Albert Wilkinson and Wendy. How you doing, guys? Anybody I've missed? I'm Marine Daz.
Like how they do. Your
Welcome, Roberta.
Your clowns too. They're all laughing at you. I'm laughing at you too. Like basketball, 5,000, that was all. The games you really knew, yeah. Why couldn't I beat you in the middle of the room? Got no time to count my sheep today. How could I let you get away when I knew I need somebody soon?
Good evening, Mr. John Logan's in the house. How you doing, Logie?
Need somebody soon.
Scottish fever, yes. One last push from the boys. Get us through.
Goose winds you up, then turns you loose. Block 10 was beaten too, and I can't tell green from blue. No, no, like cat and mouse, games of chase instead of house. I get so mad at you, like parents often do, in the middle of the room. Got no time to count my sheep today, baby. How could I let you?
Hi, Johnny and Jelly down there in Barnsley. How you doing, guys?
When I knew I need somebody soon.
Stop letting me win these hugs. She's just glad to see you, Johnny.
When I knew I need somebody soon.
Good evening, Linda and Dave Haycock down there in the West Midlands. How you doing, guys? Oh, no, mate. I'm going to watch you in the house.
When I know I need somebody soon, yeah. Hey, baby,
They do, Johnny, they do.
I didn't count the sheep.
Good evening, Mr. Martin Taggart. Lisa down there in Carla.
I need somebody soon. Like mother, I gotta let you loose, and I need you, baby. Yeah.
Sound of the Spinners. And how could I let you get away? Sent in by the lovely Roberta Shilton down there in Colville in Leicester. We now move over to a little town called Ossett down in West Yorkshire, where you'll find Mr. Smooth better known as Mr. Robert Furness. This is The Whispers, and a mother for my children. So Bob.
I can't stand to live alone with the children in a home. When Mother's Day comes along, they ask me where their mama's gone. Let me hear a spot before, never wash the dishes before. How can I tell the little boy your mama ain't coming home no more? I gotta find a mother for my children. Don't need no sister, don't need no brother. I gotta find a mother for my children. We couldn't see eye to eye.
Martin and Lucy. That's it, Lisa. Lucy. Hope you're enjoying the garden and the weather, pal. See you next week at Bridland. Tune of the show this week, Johnny. Hate to disappoint you. They're just waiting to be up. It's actually Scotland, Albert. You know that nation just above England? Scotland. In the Euros. Playing better than England. Cheers, Dave. Thank you for sharing the stream. Share the stream, guys. Let the world know we're here. Yeah, fantastic tune. The Whispers and A Mother for My Children from 1973, sent in by our good friend Mr. Smooth, Mr. Robert Furness. Unfortunately, it was a Bob. As I say, 40 requests, well, 37 requests, because we've got 3 ABC before 8s, and will it be ABC before 7s tonight? And we have 10 Bobs. So I'll tell you the Bobs and I'll tell you the out of the box tracks. But there is no tune of the show tonight because my good friend Stevie Perusa is taking the kids back and forth to the airport. And I did contact, I've got a list here of people who missed out on doing tune of the show. And they also are doing things. Elwyn and Philip Kerr was going out for a meal for his daughter's birthday and things like that. So I didn't want to pressurise anybody, so I just said, because it's tonight, then we'll call it a day and we'll not do a tune of the show tonight. So I do apologise, Mr. Johnny Wood down there in Barnsley. There is no tune of the show tonight. So you did me a great chance. Next up, we go to Widnes, where you'll find the lovely Shaz Carr. And Shaz has chosen the Patterson Twins. And I Need Your Love. It's a Bob, Shaz. Previously picked by Mr. Jeff Campbell. Cheers, Albert.
I don't like to feel that I force myself on you. I don't want you to do.
Good evening, Cocky. Shaz here, is she working?
Woman, you're my wife. For the rest of our life, we promise to love each other. Yeah.
We are the people, Johnny. enough. Hi Julie, how you doing? Still in sunny Blackpool. Good evening, Jeff Campbell's in the house. Come on now, Scotland. Happy birthday, Wendy, tomorrow. I think it is tomorrow. I'm not frozen, I'm here. Healthy. The Patterson twins, and I Need Your Love. Sent in by the lovely Shaz Carr down there in Witness. Unfortunately, it's a Bob, previously picked by our good friend, Mr. Jeff Campbell. Next up, we go over to Queer for Fluff and Matt Johnson. We have selected Gladys Knight and Love Gives You the Power, previously picked by an alien, so it's out of the box.
If you try, you can't lose. Put your mind into what you plan. Every day, there's a way. If you just say yes, I can. Yes, I can. When the going gets rough and you feel like you've had enough.
Sorry, Joy.
That's the time to dig in. Show yourself that you're out to win. You stop slow.
You're welcome, Flo. Okay, Joy.
Yeah.
I'll be before the Albert. And then you can go back to your football punditry, Albert, at 8 o'clock and watch the Scotland game. Gladys Knight and Love Gives You the Power, sent in by Fluff and Matt Johnson, and it was Out of the Box, as is this from the lovely Dave and Marion Bennett up there in Dundee. The great sound of the Platters and Wash the Shore. It's Out of the Box. Smiley faces.
Told me, baby, so many times you've made me feel that this love will last forever and that this love was real.
Thank you, Phil.
Time has changed and all the love you stole, you took it out of your sweet little heart and just threw it overboard. Watch the show.
You're welcome, Wendy.
My life is filled with emptiness, baby. The sand is filled with tears. How long can I survive without you, honey? How many lonely, lonely years? I'm deserted on the isle of sadness, where the forgetting is hard to do.
Good evening, Robert. Tune was on earlier, mate. You'll get in catch up.
And with the love you tossed away, with all my heart and all my soul, floating on a sea of shattered dreams to an isle of tears and woe. No other love could rescue me, baby, from this isle of loneliness. Until you come and save me, baby, I'll be marooned like this. Watch the shore, yeah, all alone in island in the sea. Watch the shore, all alone in island in the sea. Gone, gone, gone was the love I had for you, baby, with all my heart.
Yeah, the great sound of the Platters and Wash the Shore, sent in by lovely David Marion up there in Dundee, and thank you for all your smiley faces for our little Kyle. Now, as you know, there's quite a few of the TeeBee's Soul family at the Blackpool Weekender. It's not something that I like to go to myself, but there's been a few. They've brought the artists back. They've done away with it last year, and then they brought them back this year, but I don't agree with what they do. That's my opinion. But the lovely Mags said that she watched Betty Lavette last night at the Blackpool Soul Weekender, and she said she was absolutely brilliant. And some of them are, but most of them aren't. That's just my opinion as well. I'm allowed on my opinion now and again. Some don't agree, some do agree. And so Mag says, I heard this lovely lady singing this last night. Betty Lavette, you make a believer out of me. So she says, could I have it as a request? I said, sure can, Mags. And it's Out of the Box.
Making plans
So I'll leave them. Okay, Michelle. Nice one, Albert. Yeah, it sure is, Jeff. Production on this is up and down looking. 1 minute it sounds good and then next minute it just dips. Wobbling home, okay Al, no problem. You have 15 minutes. Good evening, Terry and Susan up there in Brecon. How you doing, guys? Yeah, the great Benny Lovett playing live at Blackpool Weekender and supposedly sounding really good according to the lovely Mags and Julie. And Mags sent it in and it was You Made a Believer Out of Me, and it was Out of the Box. So, as I said, in 15 minutes time, we have Big Al Kennedy's ABC before 8. 3 fantastic tunes. And then I will tell you who's got their ABC next week, but it won't be on next week because we'll all be in Bridlington, so we'll have a week off. But the person who gets picked will be on the following week. So, next up, the lovely Lil Jones over there in Crickis has chosen Paddy Austin. I've seen her live at Blackpool. Can't forget the one I love. It's called Elwyn Jones. It's Out of the Box.
I
Okay, Julie. Yeah, fantastic. Paddy Austin, and can't forget the one I love, sent in by the lovely Lil Jones over there in Cricketh in Wales. And it was Out of the Box. Thank you for sharing the stream. Our little pocket rocket, Julie, down there in Blackpool. So I take it you're not at the Winter Gardens, Julie. Are you outside listening to the show? Are you sitting in a bar listening to the show? What are you doing, Julie? You're not sitting in the Winter Gardens listening to the show. So, next up, she's sitting in the living room called Gorgeous Georgie, and this week she has selected Johnny Wood favourite, Mr. Barry White. This is Let the Music Play, and it's a Dr. Packer remix, so it's classed as Out of the Box. It's not been on before. Alright, Julie. Okay, no problem.
One ticket, please. Lord have mercy, everybody's here. Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man.
She's at home. Yeah, she's at home. Yeah, she's at home.
Don't be dancing too hard, Julie. Save your legs for Britain. Good on you, Joe. Here it comes. There's spilling my beer all over the place. Sorry, baby.
Cheers, everybody.
Flipping everywhere, Georgie. Pressure making. That's the true one thing. That's it.
Did we start getting
I'm
crap?
happy. Hurry. Happy.
We'll miss you, Johnny. Johnny, it's right for it. We'll have a dance for you.
Maybe you ought to see me now, and then you know that it's only you that I love. I'm not out here looking for a one-night affair. Maybe it's just that I'm so hurt.
Cheers, everybody.
Alright. If I can make it through the night, oh Lord, I'll just pretend she's here with me. I'll close my eyes, her face I'll see. I know it's make
Very
believe,
well, Johnny.
but it's a holy home for me. Let the music play. Oh, I just wanna dance the night away. Yeah, right here, right here, where I'm gonna stay. Oh, my Lord. Let the music play on.
Do it in, Joey. Do it in.
Feel the spirit is on. Oh, so if you can move and keep music strong. Oh, let it play, 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 play.
Yeah, the great man himself, the walrus, Mr. Barry White. And Let the Music Play, sent in by Gorgeous Georgie, and it was Out of the Box. As is this, from Mr. Philip Kerr. This is Leon Haywood, and You Don't Have to See Me Cry.
You don't have to see me cry. Just walk on by. Walk on by. While I wipe the tears from my eyes. Walk on by. Walk on by. I'll get over losing you, but now there's nothing I can do but watch you walk away with him. Oh baby, 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 baby. Hurt so bad, hurt so bad, hurt so bad, hurt so bad. I'll get over losing you. I'll get over losing you. Oh, now there's nothing I can do. Now there's nothing I can do but watch you walk away, baby. Watch you walk away and see me cry. Yeah, ooh. You don't have to see me cry. Just walk on by. While I wipe these tears from my eyes. Walk on by. I'll get over losing you, but now there's nothing I can do but watch you walk away with him. Oh baby, 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 baby. It hurts so bad, hurts so bad, hurts so bad, hurts so bad. I'll get over losing you. I'll get over losing you. Oh, now there's nothing I can do. Now there's nothing I can do but watch you walk away. Watch you walk away and see me cry. Yeah, baby.
Love it. Leon Haywood, and You Don't Have to See Me Cry. Out of the Box from Mr. Philip Kerr down there in Berinnington. Next up, we go to Widnes, where you'll find Mr. Cocky Car. And Cocky this week has selected Little Richard. It's called Try Some of Mine, and it's Out of the Box.
You tried others, baby, brought you misery. But I got some brand new loving, baby, with a life
You're welcome, Cocky.
guarantee.
Look forward to next week, pal.
Can't do the job. Try some of mine and your problem is solved. It's a love, nah, nah, don't satisfy. Try some of mine.
Hi Linda and Kev, how you doing? Thank you, Linda. Linda and Kevin, Kev. I think I've seen somewhere that you're coming to Bridlin as well, Linda. Hope to see you there. Little Richard and Try Some of Mine. Sent in by our good friend Corky Core down there in Widnes. So Corky's got to go back to Bournemouth tomorrow for 4 days and then come back on Thursday night and then go to Bridlin. Poor boy, he's had a hectic few weeks. But he'll be able to have a few scoops while we're at Bridlin and chill out. It's going to be a brilliant weekend. I'm still looking forward to it. Next up, as I told you earlier, he would have been picking tune of the show tonight, Mr. Steve Perusa, the Italian stallion of TeeBee's Soul family. But unfortunately, he's having to take the kids back and forward to the airport. So I just cancelled tune of the show tonight. All in aid of Mr. Steve Perusa. And Mr. Steve Perusa tonight has selected Narada Michael Walden. Remember him? This is Break Free. It's out of the box from Stevie Boy. You should get your miles cocky. You'll be worth a fortune.
I was swift, but to see. It'll became clear to me.
Next up, Big Al's ABC before 8. Of course you do here, but we go.
Love is the answer.
Brad Michael Walden and Break Free, sent in by Mr. Steve Barusa, who is very busy working tonight, so he'll get the show on catch up. So we're a wee bit late, as I wanted to do the day before that, but I made a mistake. And we're allowed mistakes, because we're all human. Excuse me. And if you go down to Leeds, you'll find a fantastic guy called Mr. Alan Kennedy, better known to us as Big Al. He's hobbling home from the boozer as we speak. Hopefully he has made it home okay. And it was great to meet him and his lovely wife Jane down at Barnsley. And we'll be seeing Al again at the Bridlington Weekender. And he has chosen his 3 tracks for his ABC before 8 this week. And they come like this. Number 1, his 3 letters were VWX. Very hard indeed. And this is V, the Voices of East Harlem. It's called Cashing In. Big Al, so. See, I was waiting, I'm getting home. Not easy, Al. Yeah, it's been sunny up here in Dumfries, Al. Brilliant. You know the jokes. Yeah, V for the Voices of East Harlem. And Cashing In was number 1 from Big Al's ABC before 8. And here's W, his number 2, from Will Collins and Willpower. And Anything I Can Do. You're listening to Big Al Kennedy's ABC before 8, number 2. Okay, Jules. We all make mistakes. We're only human.
My loving arms will keep you safe and to make you see just how much you mean to me. You are the sunshine of my life, and that's why I want you to always hold on me, baby. If you ever feel down and out, baby, hold on to me, girl, every day, baby.
Yeah, fantastic Northern track that. Will Collins and Willpower and Anything I Can Do. That was number 2 from a good friend down in Leeds, Mr. Alan Kennedy. And I'd like to thank Alan for sending in his 3 tracks. This week I will compile these 3 tracks and put other tracks that he has requested on the show onto a CD and send it down to him this week. So all I ask is show your appreciation for Big Al's ABC Before 8, because here is number 3, and it was X, which is a very, very hard letter to try and find a band from. And Al, if you can't find a band starting with X, as long as you've got an X in it somewhere along the line, we can accept it. And Big Al has chosen Xantone with an X, Xantone Black, with Lost Charlie's Orchestra, and this is called All Around the World. So show your appreciation for Big Al's 3 before 8, ABC before 8. Coming up, who's next? Got 2 weeks to choose your ABC before 8. I'll let you know after this. Brilliant, Big Al, thank you, mate. Yes, Jeff, yes. Thank you for correcting me there. You're on the ball tonight, Mr. Campbell. We love it. X is a challenge. And if you can't find an X, when you do get X, then we can compromise. That was Santone Black with an X, featuring Lost Charlie's Orchestra and All Around the World. And that was number 3 from Big Al's ABC Before 7, I think it is. Or before 6. ABC Before 6. It's very unusual. You've got a very unusual ABC, Mr. Alan Kennedy, because it was before 6 and not before 8. But you know what I mean. And thanks for connecting me there, Mr. Jeff Campbell, who's always on the ball. And I will get that CD out to you this week. And thank you once again, guys, for all your appreciation that you show when people send in tracks. Fantastic. And that's what the show's all about. Next up, we go down to Carlisle. And he's sitting outside, having his lovely wife Lucy and the kids, and they're in the garden. And this comes from Mr. Martin Taggart. Our BT man. This is Gwen McRae. And all this love that I'm given. It's a Pete Le Freak remix. It's out of the box from Mr. Martin Taggart. Yes, sister. Hi, lady. How you doing, mate? Good time when you're up next. That's it, man. See you next week, pal. Looking forward to it. Good evening, Mick Murphy's in the house. How you doing, Mick? Oh, is it Christmas? That'll be the grandkid. Give it. Great niece. Get the swallow. At least you're home to watch the Scotland game, lady. The weather's looking absolutely fantastic. Talking about 28, 30 degrees. Bring it on. They're not saving themselves for Bridlet and Joy. You'll need it, man. I just stay at the sun. Yeah, the great sound of Gwen McCree and All This Love That I'm Giving, sent in by our good friend, the BT man from Carlisle, Mr. Martin Taggart. And it was out of the box. This next one, unfortunately, is a bob from my good friend Stevie Ledbetter. Now, wouldn't have heard me say earlier on that this week, if you picked a bob, it just goes in the show. I didn't tell you it was a bob so that you could change it. It just goes in the show. Because I was doing the request over the 2 days, I didn't want to complicate things. And I just put them in the show. And if you picked a bob, it goes in the show. It's only for 1 week. Because I had to do the show early because the fantastic team from Scotland are playing in the Euro 24. Just in case none of you have realised. We've got a really good chance of going through if we beat Hungary tonight. And if the other teams play accordingly, we only need a draw. So, if you've seen some of the stuff on Facebook, all the media about the Scotland fans in Germany, they are praised the world over. I mean, you will not find a nicer bunch of people in the world as the Scots. The Scots are just phenomenal wherever they go, and it's the feedback that's coming from Germany. They're wanting us to go over there and play a friendly every year because of the amount of friendships that have been made between the Scots and the Germans. That's the Scots for you all the way through. They're an absolutely fantastic group of guys from the Tartan Army all the way through. We just ooze goodness. So let's hope we can get a win tonight. This next act comes from a good pal who's just been at a christening, Mr. Steve Ledbetter. I selected Aaron Demain. This is called Silent Treatment. It's out of the sorry, it's a bop.
Treat me so cold, my baby. What have I said to make you treat me this way?
Previously picked by Jane Thompson and John Kidd. I don't know if it's upstairs or downstairs, I'll let you know on the Friday anyway, mate. If you're coming to the Stirling Castle, see you then. I'll know by then. Aaron Demain. It's called Silent Treatment, and it's been requested on the show a couple of times from Jane Thompson and John Kidd. So it was a bob from my good friend Stevie Ledbetter. But he'll enjoy his night. Which is, come on, the Scots. My grandmother was Scottish MacDonald, and Lil's grandfather was also Scottish from Peebles. Oh, come on then, Scots. We can do it tonight. The Welsh and the Scots love each other. We still love a lot of people in England as well. Don't get us wrong. But when it comes to football, it's a different kettle of fish. Next up, my good friend down there in Worcester, Mr. Sean O'Hooligan Callaghan, selected the great Willie Hutch. And this is Lucky to Be Loved by You.
Hey, look at me. I'm happy as can be.
Sound the box.
My face is all aglow. I want the world to know.
Sean Barton.
My dreams are high as far above. My days full of laughter, my heart's full of love.
That's nice. I wish Urti and BB would do that.
I do.
Have a go down the Thursday.
Has all been inspired by you. Finding true love was someone I wanna thank you for helping me to discover. Oh, such a very special love. I'm lucky to be loved by you. I know I'm lucky to be loved by you. Hey, look at me, and here's what you see. A man who's been introduced
Love Willie Hutch.
to ecstasy. Life's a ball gone, and that's no time. I used to wish I were dead, now I'm so glad to be alive. Because heartaches were all I used to wake up in the morning to. But now they've all
Come on, Scots.
they all been replaced with something sweet as mother's love. Oh, bless from up above. I know I'm lucky to be loved by you, baby. Yeah, I know I'm lucky to be loved by you.
Not a bob, Jeff. No, out of the box. I think Fluff had it as a My 3 before 8 a few years back. But the 3 before 8 don't count. So it's out of the box, Jeff. I hope you've not requested it, Jeff, and I've told you as well. That's maybe what's happened. Yeah, the great Willie Hutch, Lucky to Be Loved by You, sent in by Sean the Hooligan Callaghan down there in Worcester. And fantastic, I love Willie Hutch. As I said, I think Fluff had requested it for her My 3 before 8 quite a while back there. That was the only name I had on it anyway. So it's classed as out the box. Sorry, Jeff. Next up, here's the man himself, Mr. Jeff Campbell. A fantastic guy down in Nottingham. Picked some great tunes in this show. And I love this. This is Bill Jacox. It's called Fickle Fingers from 1979. And it's out of the box. Come on, beer, Georgia.
Finger
bring the bottle in, Georgie. I'll pour it myself. You're getting too old. Can't pour the beer in there.
I'm trying to swallow your beer to get drunk.
Good on you, Jane. What's you were going Thursday night? Yes, Johnny Wood. The Scots and Johnny Wood. Yes, it does, Elwin.
Master course and pouring a beer, right, go.
See, we're on, Johnny. We're on the Johnny champion, man. Don McKeon's all the way, man. I was a barman.
I'll get the flakes here.
After Georgie.
You're not watching, Luke?
I'm watching. I've got to show you.
A double 99 flaky.
Shut up, Georgie. Get. That was the sound of Bill Jackox and Fickle Fingers from 1979. 79, yes, from Mr. Jeff Campbell. Are you still with us, Jeff? Brilliant, love it. And it was Out of the Box from Jeff. Now, a lot of you will probably say to yourselves, like Elwin said there, he's got a relation through Fraser. Johnny's got a relation through, and there's if you go onto Google and put in Scottish clans and Scottish kilts and things like that, it will tell you, thank you Ruth, it will tell you what your tartan is for your name through your descendants. So it's something nice to look into, guys. And I know you're all Scots tonight, supporting Scotland because you're in TeeBee's Soul family. And I know you're lost. Even all the beautiful English people down there will support Scotland and the Welsh and the Irish. And we just want them to win. And Ruth Clare's still in Croatia. And she's supporting the Scots tonight. And Big Al's mum is a Williamson. So, we come to something that we've been doing now for a number of years, is playing a memory tune for a lovely lady who should still be with us today, the lovely Jackie Billiman. And nothing can be said that has already been said about this lovely lady. She should still be with us today because of what them four arseholes done. And we will never forget. And that memory will live with most of, if not every one of TeeBee's Soul family, every week when we play this track, selected by our wee ginger-haired brother, Johnny, the best postman in Yorkshire. And tonight he has selected the Stone City Band. It's called Strut Your Stuff. Which went all funky. As wee ginger Johnny. Yeah, we'll love that from it. Yeah, ton of volume. Great place to live, Govan. You should be a Rangers supporter, Groggy. This is getting to the show, Johnny. No, this show, Johnny. Not tonight, Johnny. It might some other night. See, there's Scots in you as well, Albert Wilkinson. Thank you, Johnny. Johnny got it for a click. He loves a bargain, that man. We're all Jack Thompson's ways, Jock Thompson's ways, that. You could say in Scotland, that, Jess. We're all Jock Thompson's ways. Bairns, if you come with them names. Yeah, look brilliant. Oh, I've seen all the videos and the pictures, brilliant. I popped in on the way home. He would have, Johnny, yeah. I think Stevie Boy 2 would have gave you tune of the show for that. They'd have loved it. Just a shame he's not on tonight. How no? I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at the tune. I'm laughing at Jeff saying that Stevie Boy 2 would have gave Johnny tune of the show for that tonight. And I believe he probably would have. That was Stone City Band and Strut Your Stuff, selected by our good friend down there in Barnsley, Mr. Johnny Wood, in memory of his lovely sister, Jackie. You'll get it someday, Johnny. It might take a few years, pal, but you'll get there. You'll get there. Next up, my good friend down there in, where's it, Skegness. You'll find a man called Mr. Dave Rimmer, his lovely wife Val. Tonight he has selected Linda Scott.
You may not know how.
This is the composer. It's out of the box. Johnny's was out of the box as well.
You may have no knowledge.
This is an old Supremes track.
Deep down inside of me, you have created a melody. You're the composer of this song that my heart sings.
Cheers, everybody.
You may not know what, you may not wanna know song, or what I mean.
Love what's got Jack. George has been feeding me salads for 3 weeks. Fading away to shadow.
Symphony, the song I find in this
Linda Scott and the composer, previously done by the Supremes, by the way, but great track from Mr. Dave Rimmer, and it was Out of the Box. Now this next track was actually one of Mr. Steve Peruzza's ABC Before 8s last week, and it's also been requested on the show before, so it's classed as a bob, but he wants it played. He goes by the name of Mr. John Grogan. It's the Voices of East Harlem again, popular tonight. This is called Just Believe in Me.
Hey boy, I told you that I loved you. I'd do anything to make you stay. But now
It's a bob from Grogan.
another girl, wanna give another world, and you want me to turn and walk away. But we don't have to do what people do. You and
Johnny Kidd Dodge tonight. Shell's back, I have the Shell. Mum's taxi. Okay, the Shell. That is a great track. I mean, I think it's the B-side of... no, sorry. It's on the album of the Voices of East Harlem's Cashing In album. And people are just starting to pick up on these type of tracks, album tracks, that have never been heard before. And that's another good thing about the show. When you're looking for out-of-the-box tracks, just go through, just pick an artist or a band and check out some of their albums. And if you go on YouTube, you'll get a list of all the tracks that are on their album. And if you've got the time, listen to some of them. And some of them are great. But that come from Mr. John Grogan, previously picked by Steve Peruzza last week and somebody else. If I could just, I'll just tell you. The good thing is, I've sussed all this tagging thing out. Alec McBride was the first person to ever bring it to the show. So, check your albums out, guys. There's a lot of great tunes there. Next up, my wee pal down in Cleethorpes, Mr. John Kidd. I selected the Showmonts. Love is the thing. Out of the box of Mr. John Kidd. great, Al. Sorting a lot of things out. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Where are you staying, Michelle? The Chamonts and Love Is The Thing, selected by my good friend down in Cleethorpes, Mr. John Kidd, and it was out of the box. I sent Michelle an email last week saying, where are you staying? Are you near the spa? Because I know a lot of people are all in different places in Bridlington, but we'll all come to Cardigan Street. Where's that? I'll take it. Are you far away from the spa? But everybody's all dotted all over the place. But there's still rooms available. If anybody, I've got 3 tickets left. If anybody wants to go from TeeBee's Soul Family, then good. Did I say Johnny? No, I didn't. I didn't think I did. No. Right. Okay. Right. In 2 weeks' time, the person who will be picking their ABC before 8 will be the lovely Lil Jones. And Lil Jones has got WXY. I will send a message to Elwyn to tell Lil or 3, and if she struggles, she can get back to me and we'll sort something out. You've got more additions to the list, you said, Peter. I know. There's so many people coming. Andrew Kevin Miller. Remember we done last year's Secret Santa thing, and we got young Robson the decks and everything, and I gave his mum and dad 2 free tickets to Bridlington, and they're also coming as well. And I forgot to put them on the list when Julia asked me for a list of everybody that's coming, and the list is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But as I say, Lil says easy, Tam. Okay. Thank you, Lil. I love that. But if there's anybody still undecided or would love to come, I'm sure there's rooms at Cherry Tree just across the road from the spa. They're doing rooms. If you check out the Bridlington Spa Facebook page, people that can't go are selling tickets and selling accommodation and things like that. But I've got 3 tickets left. If anybody wants to come, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic weekend. You will not regret it, I can assure you that. And I know some people would love to come, like the lovely Mrs. O and Sean, but unfortunately Sean is working and he can't get the time off his work. But the lovely Mrs. O has sent in a request. This is the Magnetics. Pat, you're made of stone. It's out of the box. Welcome, Mrs. O. Turn up the tea cakes, carry me up. That's Julie. The Magnetics and, excuse me, Heart, You're Made of Stone, sent in by the lovely Mrs. O down there in Worcester. It was out of the box from Mrs. O. And this is a bob from a good friend down in Northampton, Mr. Dave Bibby. Sound of Don and Ron. I'm so sorry. Previously picked by my good friend Keith K. Tickets for calendar, Michelle. Terry and Susan, coming to calendar. 27th of July. Unlucky. Don and Ron, and I'm so sorry. Sent in by my good friend down in Northampton, Mr. Dave Bibby, but unfortunately it was a bob. And as I keep explaining, because I put the request post up yesterday, I didn't want to tell people that they'd already picked a bob. So if you picked a bob, it just automatically goes into the show, and it's just the way it goes. Next up, Mr. Albert Wilkinson selected Jarvis Jackson. Called The Long Dog. Sound the box, Mama. No problem, Terry.
Oh, they're doing the long jump. Hey girl, you looking good. You're doing the dance like I know you do. Now you the booty hips, you the making me feel. You're knocking me out the way you move those hips. Well, everybody. Oh, do the long jump.
The sausage dog. The long dog.
Long jump, baby, you got it. Yeah, dog. Huh? You do it. You got it, baby. Yeah.
The long dog.
Well, everybody feel. Oh, you do the long jump. Hey, girl, you looking good. You're doing the dance like I know you do. Then you
It's a Long Dog by Jarvis Jackson, and sent in by our good friend Albert Wilkinson down there in Rotherham, and it was out of the box, as is this from my good friend down in Anderton, Mr. Colin Wignall. We'll see Colin at Bridlington. This is Inner Life, featuring the great Jocelyn Brown, with their version of Ain't No Mountain High Enough. It's out of the box from Mr. Carl Magnum. Thank you, Michelle. I can send you the poster of the shelf if you need it.
Ooh, I ain't going nowhere. I'll be right here as long
Love
as
it, big
you
girl.
want me, baby. Oh, yes, I will. Call my name. I'll be right there. Yes, I
My God. Colin will be dancing in Bridlington. He's a dancer, that boy.
ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far, don't worry, baby. Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you.
She's one.
Remember the day I set you free. I told you you can always count on me, darling.
That's a great tune, Colin. Guilty loves it.
I'll be there when you want me some way, somehow. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you. Ain't no mountain high enough, no valley low enough.
There you have it, man. First time of the show. Yeah, first time of the show. You cheer on the job. Well done, Colin. You must have picked a different version, Matt. See you on Friday, Colin. go there, Martin boy. You maybe wanted to pick it. Definitely there. Because I've got all your tracks that you've picked. No, it's not there, mate. Let me see. I maybe included it in your tracks. I'd have to go back and look at your tracks. No, it didn't matter. It does go on for another 4 or 5 minutes, and we all know it's a brilliant track from Inner Life featuring Jocelyn Brown and their version of Ain't No Mountain High Enough, sent in by our good friend Mr. Colin Wignall. Looking forward to seeing Colin again next Friday at Bridlington. And it was Out of the Box. Now my wee pocket rocket, I don't know, she's probably decided that it's time to go to the Blackpool show weekend because she's got an apartment next door. And she bumped into a guy called Sidney Barnes last on Friday night. And she took a fantastic photograph. I'll put it up on the page. And Sidney Barnes is actually coming to Bridlington as well. He's in a wheelchair now. He's not a well man, but he's made the trip over for the simple reason is he's selling his book to the most weekenders that he can go to try and promote his book. So we'll see him at Bridlington at some stage. But the lovely Julie said, I met Sidney Barnes and I took a photograph and I want you to play Sidney Barnes standing on solid ground. I don't care if it's a bob. Guess what? It's Out of the Box. To get me beer. From Julie Holdsworth, it's Out of the Box, Sidney Barnes, standing on solid ground. Colin's got to stand there. See how you stand there. I'll have a wee turn up.
So strong, it lasts till the last day of time. On the day I found you, I found my direction. So sure, love that affection, but I love to survive. It's new and it's bright.
Perfect up there. Come on in, Scott. Oh, but hey.
Come and go with me, turn this dream into reality.
Oh, my thoughts.
Here we are standing on solid ground. Here we are turning our world around. We found the right place to build our foundation. Oh, love, solid, solid. Here we are standing on solid ground.
Yeah, the great man himself, Mr. Sidney Barnes, and standing on solid ground. And check Julie's photo on the TeeBee's Soul Family page. It's fantastic. And that was the lovely Julie Holsworth request. That was Out of the Box. And don't forget, Mr. Sidney Barnes is also coming to Bridlington Weekender. Next up, my good friend Phil Story and his lovely wife Donna, who are also coming to Bridlington, have selected Pamela Yvonne Cole. Love this. It's called Retribution. It's Out of the Box.
You're walking with your head in the clouds. You think you know it all. Around the town you're acting so proud. You think
Out of the Box with Mr. Phil Story.
You always seem to think of yourself. You
Neil Levine.
be number one. You watch your women back on a shelf, waiting around while you're having fun. Your time is up, you better wake up. Your sunny days are gonna get much colder. Your life is gonna break up. You're gonna learn before you're one day older. You could be heading for retribution, driving yourself right at the wall. You could be heading for retribution. Never try to give it your all. You're headed straight for a fall. Yeah. What goes around comes back to your door like a long and winding road. But like a fool, you're hungry for more. Another lost episode. You had a chance, but now it's over. Lost opportunities, I've watched them fade in. Your life keeps going nowhere. Got to the
You're welcome,
point
Phil.
where each step
See you next week,
was
Phil.
saving. You could be heading for retribution.
Yeah, we're gonna come.
Driving yourself right at the wall. You could be heading for retribution. Never try to give it your all. You're heading straight for a fall. Before disaster calls, it's on the way. Wake up and
Tony
try
Jackson
to
passed away.
find a better
I didn't even notice that. Like, oh, I knew Tony Jackson. R.I.P. Tony. I never even seen anything about Tony Jackson.
You had a chance, but now it's over. Lost opportunities, I've watched them fade in. Your life keeps going
For the short
nowhere.
week.
Got to the point when each is not worth saving. You could be heading for retribution, driving yourself right at the wall. What's your reputation? You could be heading for retribution. Never try to give it your all. You're heading straight for a fall. You could be heading for retribution, driving yourself right at the wall. You better watch your reputation.
Yeah, Pamela Yvonne Cole and Retribution, sent in by our good friend Phil Story down there in Hull. I was just shocked here that Big Al put up that Tony Jackson had sadly passed away this week, because I'm sure I met Tony at one of the festivals many years ago. Fantastic guy, and he was he had a lot to do with Leeds Central, I think, and it just shows you, and it just keeps coming to us, guys. You can't understand how hard it is. I mean, there's this week, I've got a big pal there, you've probably seen him on the show, Stuart, who lost his nephew of 20-odd-year-old a couple of weeks ago, and now last night suddenly lost his dad, and it breaks your heart, you know, when it's so close to you. But as I keep saying, life goes on. We can't just stop if we want to. I'd love to sometimes, but you can't just stop. But it's so hard to take when you hear about people passing that you don't believe should have passed. But we're all going to pass someday. Next up, the lovely Kath Birch down in Stoke sent in Anne Sexton with I Still Love You. And guess what? It's a Bob, Kath. Still a great tune though. I've seen this lady at SSW4. She's some girl. Very big out. Every day, Johnny, innit? We're getting to that age where that happens every day. She has a great voice, Mr. What I see her live, she's fantastic. Yeah, rest in peace, Tony Jackson. What a life's good, guys. Unbelievable, Johnny, innit? Breaks your heart, man. I hate you, know. Always, Johnny. Yeah, the great Anne Sexton, and I Still Love You. She can sing, that lady, I can tell you what. That was sent in by the lovely Kath Birch. Unfortunately, it was a Bob. Next up, this is not a Bob. This is Out the Box from Mr. Elwyn Jones. Best carpenter in Wales. This is the Anglos. Since you've been gone.
Once I had a love, happy and gay. Now the love is blue since you went away. You took away my heart, stripped away my pride. Now I'm just an empty shell alone in this breath inside. But nothing I can do, no one to turn to. Cause I feel my heart is around. Ooh, since you've been gone, the sun don't the street, tears I cried, get the best I could, but you know I tried, so now it's over time, turn it over time.
Yeah, let's show the game for the minors. Deserving, mate. We're all Johnny. We'll fill Facebook.
This misery is killing me. Baby, since you've been gone, the sun don't shine no more. I'm gonna go. Take it like a hit. The misery is killing me. Wow, got to have you. Baby, got to have you, baby.
Love it. The Anglos, and since you've been gone, sent in by the best captain in Wales, the great Elwyn Jones. And thank you to Dave and Marion for putting in that little post up to say thank you to Elwyn for doing his thing for Kyle. It's not, I don't know if it's a spoon, it's something that Kyle at Elwyn's arranged. It's nothing to do with like the spoons we get, they're love spoons. I think he's doing something very special for Kyle, and he's going to send it to you. And thanks for that. Next up, one of the loveliest ladies I've ever met. She goes by the name of Linda Haycock, and she's coming to Bridlington with her great man Dave. But she loves this. She wants to dance to this next week. This is Mike Pedersen's version of Burnt Toast and Black Coffee. It's out of the box.
Burnt toast and drinking black coffee. Burnt toast and drinking black coffee.
Also done by Shorty Long.
Black coffee, yeah, that's all she left for me. When I came home so late last night, look what I found, no one inside. Guess they're all investigating.
We all get the pension shot. That means Labour lady will sort that out.
Burnt toast and drinking black coffee. Burnt toast and drinking black coffee. Yeah, that's all she left.
Linda's got to be dancing this. Are you watching, Dave?
Eating burnt toast and drinking black coffee.
You're welcome, Linda.
Drinking black coffee. Burnt toast and drinking black coffee. Yeah, that's all she left for me. Yeah, good night kisses was me. Sweet as honey from a honeybee. Now you change your honeycomb when you get stoned. Buzz back home. I'm eating burnt toast, drinking black coffee. Burnt toast and drinking black coffee. Burnt toast and drinking black coffee. Yeah, that's all
Children's breakfast.
she left for me.
I'm a complete man. Brilliant. Mick Pedersen and his version of Burnt Toast, the Black Coffee. I remember somebody requested the Shorty Long version on the show, and the lovely Linda thought it was going to be a bob, but it's not. It was out of the box. Unfortunately, this is a bob from my good pal Keith Key up in Dunfermline. Mr. Tommy Hunt. One fine morning.
The sun's gonna shine, and you're gonna
The
take
Bob.
all that love that is mine.
Thank you, Alan.
Yes, I will. I said, one fine morning, the bird's gonna sing, and you're gonna look around out behind the wing. Yeah, you better believe it. You keep putting my love to the test. But woman, you know, you're getting the best. I said, one fine morning,
previously picked by Anne-Marie and Dad.
Friday morning, baby, I'll be gone, and you're gonna wake up a woman, and I'll be moving on.
Hope we get a result, Susie.
I said one fine morning, the day's gonna start. You're gonna be sorry for breaking my heart. You know that you will.
You're welcome, Kiwi boy.
I said one fine morning, day's gonna start, and you're gonna be sorry for breaking my heart. Yeah. Goodbye, goodbye. You keep putting my love to the test. But woman, you know you give me the best. Ooh, I said one fine morning, baby, just you wait. You're gonna hear my warning before it gets too late. Now one fine morning, baby, I'll be gone, and you're gonna wake up a woman, and I'll be moving on. I said one fine morning, baby, just you wait. You're gonna hear my warning before it gets too late. One fine morning, baby, I'll be gone. Then you're gonna wake up a woman, and I'll be moving on. I
Live, Mr. Tommy Hunt, and One Fine Morning, sent in by my good friend Keith Kay, but previously picked by the lovely Anne-Marie and Daz down there in Oldham. And it was a bob. And so is this. Another great tune, sent in by the lovely Terry and Susan Watson up there in Brecon. This is Levi Jackson with their version of The Beautiful Day.
Everybody gather round, I got
Come on.
something important to say.
Great tune.
We got a whole lot to be grateful for on this right beautiful day. Oh Lord, on this right beautiful day. Yeah. Clap your hands, brother, sing with me. Take another look around you now.
Welcome, Anne-Marie.
Sure enough, got a lot of love in this world. Take advantage of the things that we got. Dear brother,
You're welcome,
take
Terry.
advantage of the things that we got. Come on, brothers and sisters, let me see you smile spreading from ear to ear. You know as well as me, there's been a whole lot of crying and complaining about the way we live. Don't you think it's about time for a change? Don't you think we ought to try a little more of this loving, laughing, giving, singing out and praising the Lord, giving thanks for all the great, beautiful things that shine around us on this wonderful day. Oh Lord, that shine around us on this wonderful day. Come on, brothers and sisters, let me see you smile spreading from ear to ear. You know as well as me, there's been a whole lot of crying and complaining about the way we live. Don't you think it's about time for a change? Don't you think we ought to try a little more of this loving, living, giving, singing and praising the Lord, giving thanks for all the great, beautiful things that shine around us on this wonderful day. Oh Lord, that shine around us on this wonderful day.
Right, Levi Jackson and This Beautiful Day, sent in by the lovely Terry and Susan Watson up there in Brecon. Unfortunately, it was a bob, and so is this, but it's one of the greatest bobs, and I can tell you why. 3 years ago, a guy who lives in Hull, goes by the name of Mr. Phil Story, sent me this track as a request 3 years ago. And I thought to myself, how good is that? I just absolutely loved it since the first time I heard it. And 3 years later, my good friend from Leeds, Mr. Alan Kennedy, has picked up on it. This is Jill Scott Heron. It's called Lady Day and John Coltrane. It's a bob from Big Al, previously picked by Phil Story.
Ever feel kinda down and out, you don't know just what to do?
What a tune, man.
Living all of your days in darkness, let the sun shine through. Ever feel it somehow, somewhere you lost your way? And if you don't get a help quick, you won't make it through the day. Or could you call on Lady Day? Could you call on John Coltrane? Now 'cause they'll wash your troubles, your troubles, your troubles, troubles away. Plastic people with plastic minds are on their way to plastic homes. No beginning, there ain't no ending, just on and on and on and on and on. It's all because they're so afraid to say that they're alone. Until our hero rises on his saxophone.
Woo!
Or could you call on Lady Day? And could you call on John Coltrane? Now 'cause they'll wash your troubles, your troubles, your troubles, your troubles away.
Right, cheers, Big Al. I did search for it. Try and buy it in vinyl. No chance. Alright.
Ever feel kinda down and out and don't know just what to do? Living all of your days in darkness, let the sun shine through. Ever feel that somehow, somewhere you lost your way? And if you don't get a help quick, you won't make it through the day. Or could you call on Lady Day? Could you call on
Get drunk, Johnny.
now 'cause they'll wash your troubles, 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 your troubles away. They'll wash your troubles away. They'll wash your troubles away. Your troubles, your troubles, your troubles, your troubles away.
Johnny's scooter's in the garage. He's not had it out for a while. What a tune that is, man. Absolutely fantastic. And it was originally selected by our good friend Phil Story down in Hull. And this time it was selected by Mr. Alan Kennedy. And as we have in this show, it was a bob. But what a tune. As this is as well. Because I think what people are doing, it's like Martin and Mags, and they're going out of the most weekends, and they're listening to all these different tunes from all these different DJs, and they're picking up some great tunes. And this is one from Mr. Martin Barlow. Listen to this. It's by Annabelle Caesar. It's called Little Annie. It's a Susie Wong tune.
That little Annie can
there was no thing on it. No name in it, Susie. I knew it was in your tunes, but there was no name in it. Just check. No, definitely not. First time in the show. Maybe before the crash. Little Annie. That's what brother was saying. I love it. Good man, Groggy. Love that. But I did know that it's one of those tunes that the lovely Susie Key would probably pick. And as we discussed there, I think Susie had probably picked it before the crash. But there was no name beside it. And then it comes up as Out of the Box from Mr. Martin Barlow, who's living a life down in Blackpool with the lovely Mags. And we'll see him next week and Mags at Bridleton. Here's another fantastic tune. He goes by the name of Mr. Rob Farr. He does a reggae show every Sunday night. But tonight, that man is over in Germany. Him and his son Dan have went over to watch England play. They're not went over to watch Scotland play. They went over to watch England play in a couple of days' time. And he says, Tom, can you play this? I says, I could. This is Barry Barefoot Beefus. It's called Barefoot Beefus. It's another Susie Wong tune.
They call me Barefoot Beefus. I don't wear no shoes.
Come on!
They call me Barefoot Beefus. I don't wear no shoes.
Susie Keys next.
When you see me on the street,
Loving the end of the show.
you won't find any shoe on mine. Well, now I was walking down the sidewalk on the main street. I had on a brand new high wool silk suit and my hair was all combed down.
Yo!
My cat walked up and told me, son, you look so neat. But tell me now, why don't you have a pair of shoes on your feet? They call me Barefoot Beefus. I don't wear no shoes.
Love it.
And as long as my feet don't hurt, I know I'm never gonna have it.
What I'm talking about, Susie.
They were on a TV show, a sidewalk affair. Everybody was standing, some English cats with long and straight hair. Well, all at once I noticed everybody was looking at me. Just staring at the cat with a new suit on, no shoes on his feet. They call me Barefoot Beefus.
Barry Barefoot Beefus, and the track's called Barefoot Beefus, and it was picked by our good friend, the reggae man himself, Mr. Rob Fa, who is currently over in Germany with his son Dan, and I hope they have a fantastic time. So there's only one more request to play, and I've kind of messed up because it's a quiet, slow song that I put. I'm just not going to explain. I'm just going to play it. It was sent a few weeks ago by the lovely Ruth Clare. I'm going for a pee. So back in a minute.
Remember how cheap food used to be, and the low cost of electricity was there, so low, wonderful to do anywhere you had to go. Gasoline was so cheap, $5 bill to tank, it lasted all week. And when one neighbor got in trouble, the rest of the neighbors were down on the double. But it ain't like it used to be, and they keep on changing our society. It ain't like it used to be, and they keep on changing our society. Children used to obey mom and dad, and now they say good morning, never be glad. Everybody tries to help one another, and now if you want to make it, you gotta go for yourself, brother. In fact, it was for grown women and men, and now sex may start at the age of 10. And respect was seen and heard, now respect is just another word. It ain't like it used to be, and they keep on changing our society. It ain't like it used to be, and they keep on changing our society. Well, that used to be where all the people were so dear. There's no love, there's
It's a mob.
fun, there's no peace.
Previously picked by Lady Fiona.
It ain't like it used to be, and they keep on changing our society. It ain't like it used to be, and they keep on changing our society. I wanna know what they're talking to me. I don't know.
I've got one more to play from Anne-Marie and Daz. Don't forget your sun cream next week, guys. Played your Susie. There enough? There enough play Susie's? No, I didn't play Susie's. I've got Susie's to play, and then we have Susie's was last.
54
This is Errol Grant
with the bamboo door,
called House of Bamboo
bamboo roof and bamboo
from
walls.
Susie.
They've even got a bamboo floor. You must
Tear it apart.
know. So Joe, he runs an espresso called the House of Bamboo. It's a made of sticks and bricks, but you can get your kicks in the House of Bamboo. In this casino you can get the Tino, and it's got to swing you to the cha-cha. Dance the bolero in the sombrero, shake like a snake. You wanna drop in when the cats are hopping, let your 2 feet move it to the big beat. Make yourself a
kitten and listen to the patter patter rocks. The jukebox, I'm a telling you.
Where is your Mick Elliott tonight?
When you're
Deserted me.
blue,
Michael
there's a
Elliott.
lot to do. In the house of bamboo. Oh, pretty boy.
Mr. Lewis, Mrs. must have missed it when she was doing the cricket.
I did play Sean's, aye.
Oh, right. Must have missed it.
I did play Sean's, yes. I played Sean's, but you know, definitely.
Let's go, go.
This is all.
You must get to know. Ha! Soho Joe. He runs an espresso called the House of Bamboo. In this casino, you can drink a chino, let your 2 feet move, but to the big beat,
Aye, okay,
get
no
yourself a
problem.
kitten and listen to a
Yes, I did
patter
play
that
Sean's.
rocks. I'm a telling you, when you're blue, well, there's a lot to do in the House of Bamboo. Number 54, the house with the bamboo door.
I thought that, Mike.
Bamboo roof
Eh,
and
Keith.
bamboo walls. They've even got a bamboo floor in the House of Bamboo. Number 54.
Remember, this
house
was
with a
done
bamboo door.
very recently.
Bamboo roof and bamboo walls. They've even got a bamboo floor in the House
That's the
of
original from
Bamboo.
Errol Grant and the lovely Susie Key up there in Dunfermline. I did forget to play this. What happens is when I'm doing all the tracks and I put them into files, some of them slip into other files. This comes from Daz and Anne-Marie Gallagher. It's by Didi Noel. It's called Let the Music Play. Welcome, Susie. Right, well. Music play. That was Didi Noel and Let the Music Play, sent in by our good friends down there in Oldham, Anne-Marie and Daz Gallagher. I've got to explain that sometimes when I'm doing the requests and they all come in quite quick, sometimes you have a wee period where everybody's request comes in quick and I'm trying to transfer them onto the right file. Sometimes the file below collects the request and I miss it on the show. So I do apologise, and that's why when I do the shows every Sunday night, I do say, if I have not played your request, please tell me now, because I know you put the request in, and I just need to find it. But once again, guys, thank you for being here. I think I've got Yes Sir I Can Boogie. I don't know if it would be appropriate. 2-1 Scotland. That'll do me, cocky. Okay, what we'll do is we'll change it just for tonight. Just did it.
Mister, your eyes are full of hesitation. She makes me wonder if you know what you're looking for. Baby, I wanna keep my reputation. I'm a sensation. You try me once, you beg for more. Yes, sir, I can boogie, but I need a certain song. I can boogie, boogie, boogie.
See that?
All night long.
Alright, so good beat.
Yes, sir, I can boogie. If you stay, you can't go wrong. I can boogie,
Biggie, biggie.
boogie, boogie.
Great, guys. We'll see you all in Bridge. I'll go to Bridge.
Next week at Bridge.
No, sir, I don't feel very much like talking. No, neither walking. You wanna know if I can dance? Yes, sir. Already told you in the first verse.
Okay, you're Scottish, ma'am.
Okay, stop it.
But I will give you one more chance. Yes, sir. I can boogie, but I need a certain song.
1977, it's only 47 years. I was there, big girl. The Redway.
Yes, sir. I can boogie. If you stay, you can't go wrong. I can boogie, 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 all night long. Yes, sir. I can boogie. If you stay, you can't go wrong. I can boogie, 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 all night long.
Go Patty. Go Scotland. Whoa.
You get like the lemonade, does it?
I never had. Tell me.
It's alright, it'll be straight brandy there, right?
Yes, sir.
We'll see you all in Bridlin if we go to Bridlin, guys.
I need a certain
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming in early.
Tunes were amazing tonight.
Brilliant tune. I'm just gutted there's not a tune of the show. I'll just get you, Johnny. We love you, Johnny Wood.
Have a fantastic holiday, you Johnny.
Yeah, have a good holiday, Johnny. See you Friday, Albert. Dublin Castle. Birthday. Yeah, that's the Scottish stupid song that they've been playing for Scotland to win. But it's not one song that I would play for Scotland to win. Just my opinion. Anyway, next week is going to be absolutely different class. We have so many fantastic people coming to Bridlington weekender, and it's going to be great because I've just got a feeling it's going to be great, and I'm so looking forward to it. And if you're coming, I'll see you there. If you're not coming, why not? I say to myself, because you're going to meet some fantastic people on TeeBee's Soul Family. You should be there. But if you can't make it, that's cool. So there's going to be no show next week because we're in Bridlington until I'm doing the. I've never done this, the whole weekend thing. I used to do it when I was a kid, but I can't do it now. I'm too old, and so they say. And I'm going to do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Don't know if I'm going to be dancing all weekend, but I'll try my hardest. And listen to laughter there. You hear that? And I'm good at that. And if you're not going to Bridlington, we will hopefully see you some other time during the year. But thanks, guys. As always, you have been different class. The Tuesday night, out of the fucking box. Brilliant. So, I will see you all in Bridlington on Friday if you're going. If you're not going, I will see you somewhere else. Thanks for your time, and I will say good night. Thank you.